in my trackies today, filming a video. Hi everyone, my name is Lisa Gold and I'm a stylist that occasionally does makeup videos, especially Lisa Eldridge makeup videos. I'm a huge fan and also just tend to love what she brings out, or be at least really intrigued. I mean, some of them haven't necessarily been my favorite, but I find that like I use them. Like this Elevated Glow, that's finished. She only released it like a few months ago and it's done. I was just excited for her new release, which is the liquid Lurex. It's a liquid eyeshadow. They're supposed to be fuss-free, easy, apply with your fingers, and that is the kind of product that I'm into. Probably as a byproduct of the pandemic and not wearing a lot of makeup, I tend to only just focus on my eyes. This is actually a lot more makeup than I would put on a normal basis. I'm putting on my face just for you guys. So in this video, I'm going to show you what they look like on my eyes. I'm going to show you my favorite way to apply them. And I'm going to also leave timestamps in the description below if you want to skip to a specific shade. But before we get into it, I want to say thank you to today's sponsor, which is Ana Luisa. I've worked with them in the past and they're awesome. They let me do my own thing all while creating beautiful jewelry. What I like in particular about Ana Luisa is that they're a brand that aligns with my own ethics. I like that they're transparent about their certified partners. To me, that really shows that they're trying to make steps in making this industry more sustainable. I like when brands show you how they're making their jewelry. I would say most of their pieces are quite classic. They do have some trendy items, but I think in general, you know, they're the kind of styles that you would be wearing for years and years rather than just one and done, you know, which I don't do that sort of shopping these days. As you would have known, and I rave about them all the time, and you might have seen them also in my wardrobe tour video, but I have several of these mini hoops. Some that I also bought myself because I just love them. When I wear masks all the time, they don't get caught in them, which is why I really like them. They sent me a few pieces, which were these ones, got some little heart ones, I love them. Wore them to a wedding recently actually, but they're really dainty and beautiful. And also these check ones, which I think are just a little bit more playful. But you know, checks have been in for quite a while and I do actually have a lot of check clothes. That's why I picked them out, because I knew that I'd be wearing them paired with my clothes, because I like to pair my accessories with my clothes. I think you guys know that. I'm really happy with the quality and I wear them. They're my everyday earring. I think if you're someone that wants to kind of up your ante with your styling game, you know, I think a gorgeous pair of earrings is a great way to start. You know, when it comes to high frequency items like this, I do like to spend quality, but I don't want to have to be too precious with things that I only keep them in safe and wear them once in a blue moon, you know. I like to have things that I can wear on a daily basis and not worry too much. So that's why I love their pieces. You've seen that they come in these like recyclable boxes, and I like that. I don't like things to come with 10 layers of plastic. Just think it's unnecessary. So I like that about Ana Luisa, and you know, they've been really supportive with my channel. So I really appreciate that. And if you want to check out any of the things I'm wearing today, I'll leave their link in the description below. They are having a sale at the moment. So, you know, if you want to pick something up, you pick it up with a discount. So yeah, thanks again to Ana Luisa for sponsoring today's video, and let's get into it. Before I start, I'll probably just do quick swatches on the arm so you can see what each of them are. First shade we have is Bianca, which is a kind of rosy gold champagne shade. And I feel like this shade looks really great just as a wash of color over the eye. I just love how high shine they are, and you really do notice it. I noticed it when I filmed a video, and then I looked back and I was like, wow, my eyes have this like sheen to them, and I just love the finish. As you might know, if you've seen my one and done videos, one of my favorite liquid eyeshadows of all time is the Kosas 10-second eyeshadow in Globe. And the finish is quite different. I would say these ones are a little bit more metallic. Globe is metallic, but I feel like it's quite a smooth finish. There's not that much glitter to it. You do have more obvious glitter particles in here. I mean, they're not super obvious, but you can sort of see them really like micro sparkle. Then we have Anjelica. I really like pairing Anjelica and Bianca together. Anjelica is more of a bronzy kind of taupey shade. Beautiful. So I kind of like to wear Anjelica and then put this next to it for a little bit of definition. Then we have Lauren, which is a gold, which I don't actually wear a lot of gold actually, despite my name. Gold eyeshadow that is. And then Diana, which is beautiful. I actually love this shade a lot. That's a copper. Oh, beautiful. And then lastly, we have Liza, which is a gunmetal gray. I wasn't sure if I was gonna get this color because, you know, it is very dramatic, it's very dark. It's not something that I'd reach for as frequently as the lighter shades, but I do like this shade to define again, smoke it out, like if using one of these other lighter shades and then just a little bit of that in the outer corner like Lisa did in her video. Those are the swatches again. Zoom you in so you can actually see what's going on my eyes. I've currently just got my base on. I haven't put any eyeshadow. I have put on primer because definitely noticing that eyeshadow just doesn't last on me as it used to, and maybe it's because it's the aging process, but I'm using this Shadow Insurance from Too Faced. I'm gonna start with Bianca. This is how I like to usually just put it on. So I'll put on primer and then I'll go on with the shadow. All over the lid, and then literally just with my finger smudge it out. And that is the eyeshadow there. So simple and easy. And it does take a little bit of time to set, but it sets pretty quickly. Like it's already feeling like I probably couldn't move it around that much more. It's not gonna go anywhere. I definitely noticed that even when I wore the other shadows, they just last on the lid until you wanna get them off. So I really like that. I like that they don't smudge and crease, because as someone who has a lot of texture on their eyelids, that is a huge deal breaker for me. I can't wear liquid eyeshadows that smudge on me. That's why, as much as I love the glossy eyes, I can't put them on the lower lid. I have to put them above my sort of crease area. Now, what I like to do after this is I do like to add a little bit of Anjelica on the outer corners. So let me just add a little bit. You can see that it just gives a little bit more depth, because Bianca is quite a light color. So just adding it a little bit just gives it a little bit of depth and dimension. You have a bit of that bronze coming through. And you could use a brush if you wanted, but I actually literally don't have any brushes that I brought. So thing as it is. Okay, I'm going to take this off and I'm going to just show you what Anjelica looks like by itself. Now I'm just going to use some cotton pads and Bioderma to get this off. It does come off pretty easily. You don't have to kind of spend a lot of time trying to rub it off. It's not all off, but most of it's off. I'm gonna put some more primer on there. And then let's go in with Anjelica. To me, this shade looks the closest to Globe. This is the shade that I was the most excited for, because your brain keeps seeing what your brain likes. It's called your reticular activating system. So you see the same thing and you want to buy the same thing all over again. And that's why people tend to buy the same things, and they have multiple of the same things or similar things in their collection. So this is a beautiful shade. I mean, this is the kind of shade that I would definitely wear just by itself, because I feel like it has enough depth. I feel like Bianca is just a little bit too light for my complexion. I think that if you were fairer, that's probably your wash of color. And that's kind of haphazardly blended with fingers, because I literally don't have brushes right now. But I think that's the point. I think the point of this product is that it's supposed to be easy to use. And I think if you have to use liquid eyeshadows with any tools, then I don't think that it's a very good liquid eyeshadow. I think if you're a non-makeup person and you want a really beautiful high impact eyeshadow, I think these are really beautiful. I'm gonna take that one off now and then show you the gold one, which is Lauren, which actually I don't think I've actually worn that before. Okay, Lauren, which is a gold. I don't wear a lot of gold on the eyes. I don't know why that is. I'm more of a gold person than a silver, so I feel like it should work really well, but I don't. I am probably putting on a lot thicker than Lisa Eldridge did in her video, just because I do like the, you know, shine to really be quite obvious. But you could go with a thinner layer instead. I'm gonna put a little bit on the inner corner as well. So that's Lauren, and that is really super festive. Like, I think this is a perfect shade for parties. It feels a bit funny to be wearing like trackies and a beautiful gold eyeshadow. It's party up here and then relax down here. I definitely need to be wearing gold eyeshadow more frequently. Okay, then we're gonna go in with Diana, which I wore this on my Instagram the other day, my Instagram stories. If you don't follow me there, I would recommend you go follow me on Instagram because I'm more like frequent there. Like if I get stuff, I'll post it straight away. But I had this as a look and I just love this shade. I feel like this coppery shade would work really beautiful on like blue eyes and green eyes as well. Yeah, I don't wear a lot of copper, but I like the idea of it. It's like a reddish copper. Look at that. It's like a molten copper. It's so rich and saturated and I love this shade. I'm just applying it the same way as I would all the other shades, like pretty much concentrating it on my lid and then blending it out. I mean, look how easy that is. Once you kind of get into these type of eyeshadow products, it's sometimes quite hard to go back to traditional eyeshadows. But yeah, I think this shade is absolutely beautiful. I didn't expect to like it as much as I do. Like I said, when I wore it with a liner, I really loved it a lot. So I would definitely add a liner to it and call it a day. And by the way, just to give you an idea of how smudge proof they are, this is me running a finger down there, you know. It stays on pretty well. There is some, obviously, a little bit of smudging. It's not 100%, but it's there, you know, it's still there. It really sticks on the eyes, which I like because I don't want my makeup fading over the day. Okay, last shade I have to demonstrate is Liza. And now this is a shade that I've only used just on the outer corners as a line at the bottom, which I like, but I haven't worn it by itself. So let's see what that looks like. There is a beautiful photo on Lisa's website of a model with really beautiful deep skin and it looks gorgeous on her. I'm kind of scared of wearing these kind of dark colors. Let's just try it. This is probably a great shadow for a smoky eyeshadow. I definitely would get a better result if I had a brush with me, but we're just gonna use what I have, which is my fingers. You know, as you move it around, you see that the glitter particles do come out. It looked less shimmery when I first put it on. I don't think they're 100% matching, but that's probably as good as it's gonna get. I feel like this shade I would also put on the lower lash line as well. What do you think? So I've added some liner. I needed some definition because it was looking quite strange without it, I think. But I think that maybe if you smudge it out a bit with a brush, it probably would work a little bit better. So those were all the swatches. Which ones were your favorite? I think you can sort of tell which ones were mine. Definitely Diana, beautiful shade. I don't have anything like this in liquid eyeshadow format. Anjelica, love it because it's so similar to Globe from Kosas, one of my favorite liquid eyeshadows of all time / favorite eyeshadows of all time. And Bianca, because I do think that this shade would work gorgeous just as a tiny pop on the inner corner. Like, I could even do that just now. Let's do that. Now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like this eyeshadow maybe does need a bit of lightness inside the inner corner, so I'm gonna do that. Just the tiniest bit, you know? I feel like these are a little bit more outside my comfort zone. I would like to see her bring out more shades, but yeah, I love this product. I like easy, fuss-free makeup. So I hope you guys found this useful. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite products were, like what your favorite shade was. Did you pick any of these shades up? Are you into liquid eyeshadows? And what are your favorite formulations? Because I feel like that's my kryptonite at the moment, liquid eyeshadows. So yeah, just a quick short one from me. Thanks again to Ana Luisa for sponsoring today's video. I'm gonna leave all their links in the description bar below if you wanna check them out, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for your time.